Hi everyone, Paul from Lightbox Architecture. Wanted to talk to you today about loft conversions and how they can solve your space problems. I guess like most of us, your dusty loft, you probably only visit once a year to dig out your Christmas tree or to dump some stuff in there that you don't want in the house. A loft conversion is the most cost-effective addition of space to your home from the perspective of the space gained and the financial costs of the building works. So what can your loft conversion be used for? Well, it could be a master bedroom and ensuite. It could be used for children's bedrooms. It could become your home office. It could be a playroom or even a man cave. And let's be honest, everybody needs their man cave. So what are your typical types of loft conversion? Number one, roof light conversion. So this is where we take your normal pitched roof and we add in roof lights in order to get the daylight and the space. So we don't change anything else from the roof other than putting in roof lights into the space and converting the inside of the roof to create your room. So the second option is a flat roof or a pitched roof dormer for your loft conversion. So this is where we take your roof space, and this time we're going to add on, for instance, a flat roof dormer, and add this onto the back of your property. So what that will give you from the inside, it will give you this shape. You can see from the space here on your normal roof light conversion that this is your normal space in your loft. So as you're stood here, your roof lights then come out here. Now in this style of loft conversion, you can stand here where you have full height. You can also stand here and have full height in your loft conversion because you've extended the roof out beyond where the original roof was. You can then add in whether it's windows, whether it's a French door, whether it's a sliding door, Juliet balcony. So this gives you a lot more space. Your third option is what we call a hip to gable conversion. With this style, what we would do is we would take your normal roof, and this depends on what style of property you've got, whether you have a pitched roof with a gable, such as this shape, or whether you have a hip roof, which is this shape. A hip to gable, this area here is your hip, as in a hip roof. And what we do is we change this into a gable roof. So we build a new wall here and we extend the roof across here. What that gives us is much more space in here. So we're infilling this part of the roof. Effectively, we're leaning the hip back up. Now this can still be done without planning permission, under permitted development. So this is a great way to add space to what is a reasonably restricted roof. So generally with the hip roof, you would only be able to stand in this part of your roof. And as you walk any forward here, this would then narrow down. So by adding this section onto the roof gives you a lot more space and is a relatively simple conversion. Now the fourth option is what we call a mansard loft conversion. And this typically comes from the style of roof that it is. A mansard roof, the roof will run like this. This is your roof area, so the roof goes up on an angle and then goes up on a further angle at the top. Now these make great spaces, although these are more common in certain areas of the country, especially in London. It means that we can bring out small dormers here to add windows on. This area will be your roof area, so this will be roof void. And this space here will create your loft conversion. So you can see that you've got a lot more space here where you can walk up to your windows, and you've got a lot more full head height to be able to move around in that loft conversion. So looking at the types of loft conversion that potentially we could use, which loft conversion would solve your space problems the best? Is it a roof light conversion? Relatively simple. Is it a pitched or flat dormer conversion, where potentially we could add in ensuite a little bit more space? Do you have a hip roof at the moment and we do a hip to gable conversion? Or do you live in a house that's got a mansard roof? Have a think about what would suit you best. So what does the average loft conversion cost? So your average loft conversion, roof light conversion, dormer conversion, in the Midlands area, potentially around 30 to 50,000. Again, this depends on the size of the property, the style of the property, the fixtures and fittings. So it's how you want the loft conversion to look inside, which will all add to the cost. Now, in the London area, this cost will rise to somewhere between 50 to 70,000. A lot of these loft conversions are based on your terraced or semi-detached properties. Obviously, when you move to a detached property, which is a larger property, has a larger roof, the cost then can start to go up a little bit further. So how can you check to see whether your roof is suitable for a loft conversion? Well, first of all, best thing to do is open the loft hatch, go into your loft, grab a tape measure if you've got one, and measure from your what we call ceiling joist. So the timbers at the bottom here, and measure, take your tape measure and measure from this point up to what we call the ridge timber here. So it's this dimension here and here that you want. Now, in an ideal world, we would like to have 2.3 meters or above, and that would be perfect for a loft conversion. Now, you could also look at the type of roof that you have. So do you have what we call a traditional cut roof, where the roof is rafters running across here with potentially a purlin? This is a more traditional roof that was constructed potentially from 1900s, early 1900s. When we then got to around 1950s to 1970s, it may then move to a different style of roof, which is what we call a trussed roof. Now, a trussed roof, you will see straight away when you go into your loft, you will have this potentially like a W shape like this. And what it means is that these timbers here are supporting the timbers above here. So the trusses are constructed as one unit. Now, these types of lofts can be converted, because it would mean cutting out all of this in the middle and re-supporting the roof, but they are a little bit more tricky. Now, the other way that you could look at whether or not your roof is perfect for a loft conversion is simply walk out into your street, walk down the road, have a look if anybody else in your street or any of your neighbours has had a loft conversion, and you will normally see, because you will see some roof windows or a dormer style on the elevations of the properties. That's a good sign that if your roof is convertible, it may be that you are in a street of similar properties and somebody else has already done a loft conversion. So guys, what are you waiting for? Open that loft hatch, have a look in that dusty loft, and see whether your loft is something that you could convert and solve your space problems. Now, if you're looking to convert your loft, please give us a shout. You can contact us at www.lightboxarchitecture.co.uk or drop us an email at info@lightboxarchitecture.co.uk, or simply pick up the phone, give us a call, and let's see if we can help solve your space problems today with a loft conversion. Thanks for watching.